Hopefully we don't break ourselves. Have a water bowl leaking. How hard is this to do? I have to tear everything down. They said they were coming.
Well, that's what I thought.
Try being a girl. I'm super, super excited. I guess this is sort of goodbye.
Those who do flooring for a living, I salute you.
Good morning. It is Monday and I haven't talked to you guys in a while, and I think it's because we had a very quiet weekend. Knock on wood, nothing sort of went wrong. So I feel like sometimes YouTube really only wants to watch YouTube videos when there's like catastrophes. And there wasn't. I just worked away at chores this weekend. It was my weekend on chores. And then I painted trim, which I don't think there's anything more boring ever. And Mark's been laying floor down in our office areas. I am on my way to town, beginning the journey of one of my New Year's intentions. I'm not going to call it a resolution because, let's face it, I break those. I called a week or week and a half ago just to see if I could get in for a physio appointment, and they had a cancellation, so I get to go for my first physio consultation today. Well, I spoke too soon. It is Monday, so you know something's gonna happen. I just nicely got out of my physio appointment, which went really well, by the way. No sooner did I get out of the office, I checked my phone, of course, and there's a text from Carissa saying I have a water bowl leaking and that the pack is a little moist. So she got it all bedded up here. It looks okay. I do have taps on all my water lines, so I came in and shut the tap off as soon as I got home. But I want to investigate, is it like just a loose cable clamp, or do our spigots need replaced? Because these water bowls have been in for about 13 years now, so it just might be time to replace these spigots. So I'm just gonna investigate. I had the same thing happen, not a word of a lie, straight across, that one. So it just might be age, falling apart like me. I'm gonna turn this back on so we can see. Which way does this go? Oh, yeah, that's definitely the spigot. Okay, so the spigot's getting stuck. All right. So how hard is this to do? I'm pretty sure I have a spare one of these. All right, well, I'm thinking it's just this. So we'll see what we got. I often get asked, like, if you could redo anything that you've done in your sheep career, what would it be? Like in regards to building and stuff? I would say I'd have a better water system in this barn, because this is sort of a reoccurring thing. Now, Mark and I did spend quite a bit of time last winter really redoing these lines and making them very easy to shut off. We had a bunch of taps that would not shut off all the way, so we redid a lot of this stuff last year. So I'm a lot more confident when I wake up every morning that I don't have a water flood in here. These water bowls, this is just probably an age thing, and it looks like they can just get that spigot in a spot that it doesn't turn off. It's like spring loaded, so it just could be worn out. But yeah, I do wish I did the water lines different in this barn. If I could do it all over again, I would do that. When I clean this barn, I swear I had an extra spigot. Do you think I can find it now? Did I throw it out? Thinking all cocky-like? I swear I had one. I know I had one. Darn it. Oh, did I put it in you? I have a little bin here. Maybe? I think it's just tag stuff and markers. Oh, I swear I had a spigot. I don't really want to drive to town. It's so gross out. Good news. I found them. I knew I had some. So I have this little guy. All right, it's been a couple hours and they're no worse. Not leaking. And even the other one that I've had off for a couple weeks now, it's not leaking either. You guys put straw in it though. That was not very nice of you. Oh, I heard it stick that time. Okay, so these spigots must be just sticking if you hit them the wrong way. Yeah, I can hear it. And now it's off. But what makes it do it? There, it's on. Okay, so that one definitely, this needs replaced. However, this is not a winter line. We always shut this one off in the winter because it'll freeze because it doesn't have the insulation on it. So I think I will just leave this one off because I don't like that spigot. But that must be what's happening over there. Let's see if we can get this to do that. There it is. And now it's off. Okay, so this needs replaced. And it looks like, I think we put it in here, which means these have to come off. It's gonna be awkward to get off, isn't it? As per usual for water things, this hasn't been out in 13 years, and first of all, I thought, no problem, we can just take these nuts off. It's a little C channel bracket behind it. So I should have been able to just get that off, unhook it here, like undo it here. This is like totally corroded on, so there's no getting that off. So then I went north and I went, okay, no problem. I can easily get this sort of joiner out of this poly. So I heated the poly up with the gun and didn't budge, would not budge. So this is totally corroded here too. So I had to go even further north and just unhook it at the tap joiner. So now, after 3 trips to the shop, I'm gonna just take this whole unit to the shop and redo this whole end. All right, I got the new one on. So I put Teflon tape here. I found a couple old joiners. This is actually a reducer. So this is 1/2 inch. The line is 3/4. So we have to go half. And then this is a joiner, 1/2 to 3/4. And the only thing is I had to cut a chunk out to get the old one off. So I might have to move the water bowl up to make this work, to make it reach. And I think I have some of these across the road. I hope I do, or it's gonna be like trip number 15 back and forth. But yeah, we got the new one on, looks good. I have everything tight. And the good thing about doing this in the shop is I have the vise over here. Otherwise I would never get these tight enough. So hopefully we have no leaks. Okay, I got my bowl out. Try to get this old clamp off. So this is the back of the water, the nipple, this thing. So I'm just gonna put a whole new one in. I should actually try to just clean this off a bit. I do not have paper towel over here, so don't come at me. These bowls have been here for 13 years, so that's pretty clean considering. There we go. I just think it's a little easier to do this out here so the lambs aren't attacking me as I'm trying to do this. I want to break the plastic, so I think that's good. Okay, we got our double clamped here, double clamped at the top to prevent accidental leaks. All right, let's get this attached, shall we? All right, I got everything attached. I do not have the heat cord on. The one blessing about all this happening is that heat cord was shot, was not working. So I had to take it off anyway. So it made for just taking everything apart a little easier. Now I didn't get the bowl completely level, so again, please don't come at me. I'm just a girl. So this is the moment of truth. We double clamped here, double clamped there. I've got brackets. All right, let's see. Please work. There's no leaks there, that's good. No leaks here, that's good. Oh, it's a little moisture. A little wet there. Okay, I think we're good. That wasn't exactly how I wanted to spend my Monday. There's a few other things I needed to do today. I need to call our dealership about that feed cart. I really need to text Charlie to see if I can get him to shear next month. And I haven't got any hoof trimming done today. I was hoping to start that today. Tomorrow morning, we have a guest coming from the UK. He was a speaker at a big sort of sheep day that was held just north of us here, an hour or so away. Conference sort of deal that I unfortunately did not get up to. But he wanted to come visit. So I was like, absolutely, come on down. So he is gonna brave the weather and come out tomorrow. So that should be good. So hopefully I have a little time in the afternoon to catch up with hoof trimming. And then the rest of the week, depending on what's happening, I really want to start thinking about moving my merch room upstairs. The guys are supposed to come Wednesday to do the trim, and Mark said he's going to start them in my merch room. So if that happens, if they are done on Wednesday, I'm going to see if maybe Thursday I can start moving stuff up into the merch room because, drum roll, I should have some stuff on the website. I'm hoping late this week, early next week. The mugs have been in for a bit, but I'm waiting for some other stuff to accompany them because what I find is when something sells out and I only have one thing, people are really, really upset. So if I offer more than one thing, I find it sort of softens the blow. So the mugs are going to be one of those things, we'll just keep redoing them. Shannon, unfortunately, has some health issues in her family, so she can only do what she can do, and I just ask you to show me and her a little bit of grace as we sort of do the whole mug thing. We had no idea the demand was going to be quite this amazing, and we appreciate it so much. But it's going to be one of those things, she'll do as many as she can when she can, and right now she's just got some much bigger priorities than making Sandy Brock some mugs. So I'm hoping to get my hoof trimming and my barn management jobs done so I can focus on that stuff for the rest of the week. What I do need to do though is paint. So I'm gonna take these off because I really don't want to get them painted. Oh, and the other thing is Mark and I got invited to join a fun pickleball league in Joanna and Ethan. Ethan does our hay in their shed. So that starts tonight. So that's like a little date night for Mark and I. We don't do anything in the winter. Very productive. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I did 3 doors yesterday. 9, 10, 11. And those ones are still in plastic, so we're gonna pretend we didn't see those. These ones need flipped tomorrow, and I'll do the first coat on that side. We're only doing 1 coat, so there's primer, 1 coat, and then we will do the second coat when they're hanging. Same goes with all this trim that I did all weekend. So everything's been, it was pre-primed, we painted 1 coat, and then once it's laid, we'll have to fill in all the nail holes and then do a final paint while it's laid, which doesn't excite me too much, but that is the plan. Mr. Brock has been busy. We have Lisa's office done. We have my office done. Yay! And working on the captains. Dark. Moody. Like you.
After hours channel for Sandy.
After hours for Sandy, for sure. We are on our way to pickleball. And yes, it is after dark. So that means this is when I usually get sleepy. Like I had a shower and I wanted to go to bed instantly. So, getting my second win now. We have no idea how to play pickleball. So I'm hoping they know. If not, we're just going for entertainment. Something to do on a dreary January cold night. Okay. Hopefully we don't break ourselves yet again. Good morning. I'm just going through my planner and making sure I don't forget to email and text the people that I didn't do yesterday. So first thing I need to do is figure out when Charlie should come And here's my dilemma. Charlie can easily do 100 U's, shear 100 U's, all on his own in a day without getting too exhausted. My sheep are very big, so it takes a lot out of him. I'm sure he could whip through way more anywhere else, but at my farm, I find 100 is as much as I want to push him. So that would take care of the one group that just got scanned. However, we have ewe lambs that I'm wondering if they should be sheared before they get bred. So I'm gonna text him and ask them that. If that's the case, then he's gonna have closer to like 140 ewes that he has to shear. And if that's the case, he might bring Ben. Well, I know Ben goes to Guelph and they should have a reading week, so a week off. I believe the week of the 17th of February. So if I could get Charlie on that week, then we could do both groups. And the other people I want to email is our dealership that sells those feed carts. I wanna talk to a sales guy today and just see how much a new cart's gonna cost. Oh my God, I don't even wanna know. I think when we bought it in 2014, I think, it was 13 grand then. So I can only imagine we're probably easily in the 20s now, which is just, oh my God. 365 times 10 years. We're going on to our 11th with that feed cart. Okay, so 3,650 days, 13,000, $3.56 a day to pay off that cart. Doesn't seem too bad actually when you break it down. I'm pretty sure I've had more expensive coffee than that. However, it is one of those things, you can't be without it. And if Mark and I want to go away at all this winter, we want to leave Carissa with reliable equipment. All right, well, I'm gonna talk to them, get a quote on that cart, and I'll let you guys know what they're running at now, but I'd be very shocked if it's under 20. Guys, I think the time has come where I need to tear down my temporary warehouse, who has just been amazing for me. Actually, the last few months, it's been very, very stressful. I've learned a ton. The biggest thing I've learned is how I want it set up when we go upstairs here. So for those, if this is your first video, hello, welcome. This room was built as a part of our big shop build here. It was actually built as Mark's future wood shop. He's got high hopes of doing all the carpentry for the apartment, the offices. It was always the mission or the goal to put the merch room upstairs. And I realize a lot of people are gonna not like that idea, but when we come up with any plan with builds, there's always like plan A, plan B, C, D, E, all the way to plan Z. Obviously, the merch is amazing and very near and dear to my heart, but I realize that my future is very unknown. YouTube may or may not be here tomorrow, and the merch room may or may not need to be in existence. So keeping that in mind when we built it, we have other ideas for it. So that is why it's upstairs. We wanted to keep the woodworking down here. It's a concrete floor. We have all that poly on the walls, all the logs and everything that have to come in to get planed or worked on or whatever. It's just nice having it down here by the garage. It's not ideal to have the merch room upstairs. It was really handy having it down here on ship days because we can just use this garage for stuff, but we do have a forklift. So the idea is to just use our forklift to move stuff up and down. I think they're gonna start the trim tomorrow and they're gonna start in the merch room. So I'd really like to move everything once they're out of here. I'm hoping by the weekend. I'd like to move everything that's in here upstairs and get that all set up. But I have to tear everything down.
So I'm just in here in this echo chamber trying to finish the last office floor. Roughly between the upstairs and the downstairs, it's 2,500 square feet of flooring. So like a house worth. It's destroyed my knees and my back. Those who do flooring for a living, I salute you. But we're laying it down on concrete down here. There's in-floor heat and there's a vapor barrier underneath. So I know some people look at it and say you're putting it right down on concrete. You shouldn't do that. We're good that way. So I got this room to do, this office and our meeting room, lunch room yet to do too. With that, I'm going to get to it.
It is much emptier now. And Mark has run out of floor, so he is just about done too. He's trying to figure out one more doorway that we need to have done for the trim. And I think he's down to like one piece he's trying to salvage. Good morning. Our trim guys did not show up today. So our plans once again are just sort of non-existent. However, I do still need to paint this dude. I've been ignoring it and pretending it doesn't exist, and I had no room to do it. So I think Mark and me are gonna start piling these doors. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, but I wonder if we can pile them up here.
Oh, on top of the trim. Just from the edge. Oh, yeah, the edge. We have to do a second coat anyway?
Yeah. That's fine. It'll take some time to start.
My neck and my shoulder feel a little better now. Do the eyebrow.
I didn't hate to say it. It's been a miracle drug for me this fall.
Try being a girl. It's a miracle drug our whole life. Watching a reel this morning, and it's a lady that had to abandon her farm, like she had a homestead.
Is that the one that has the sheep?
Oh, I cried. I was like, because all I could envision were my sheep. It's so weird in here. It's so empty. I put the website, I password protected it so no one could get on the website. And someone emailed me and reminded me of something very important. I have all the needle felting instructions on the website, and I totally have it locked out so no one can see it. So I'm gonna go back on and undo that. I apologize if you were trying to find instructions. You gotta think of everything. So a little frustrated with our builders today. Our builders have been great, by the way. Once you get into these trades and lining up when everybody needs to be here, I find that like right after Christmas, we got the call saying, oh, you haven't even got that done yet? As in like the floor and all that stuff. We're like, we literally worked all Christmas putting in the floor, and our trim and door guys need the floor done so they can measure around all that stuff. So we've been busting our butts for the last like week trying to get everything done so they could start today. And then they didn't show up, and there's no word. Like, there's no, oh, sorry, they're not coming today. It's just nothing. They're just not here. It's just, you get to the end of these builds and it's monotonous and tedious. I just want to make sure that this worked. She's good. She's up. Okay. Today I have a Zoom call with Jane, my wool girl, and we're gonna go over the 2025 plans for the wool that just got sent here in the fall to Quebec. So yeah, I just have to decide. I really want to do blankets, but if it's going to take too long, then I'm not sure I want to commit all my wool to that project. So we are going to do some chatting, and then I'm going to send her sort of what I had for my vision board, which, by the way, is right here. I'm just covering something you guys haven't seen yet. It's secret. So excited, you guys. So what we're investigating is blankets, socks, mittens, and those three will be of my wool. And then if we decide to do some gloves, I might just use the wholesale, like the Canadian wool they already have. And she did say, the woman that's weaving the blankets on her loom, I can't remember the terminology she uses, but so when they're on a loom, I think it's weaved, so there's a layer that goes this way and a layer that goes this way. She said she likes to keep a consistent one that's going this way, always on the machine. And she's already got that wool. She's got the same Canadian wool that Duray is using for their mitts and gloves and socks. So I know all the farmers that have sold the wool to them. They're all in Ontario. So their wool will be the wool that's kind of going up and down, and then it'll be blended with my wool going across. So that's very exciting. And then I said, can I do different colors? And she said, yes. So I've got, I think, 3 different color themes or schemes, I guess. And we'll see what they think or say, if it's even possible to do, but I'm super, super excited. Liz, I think, is the girl that's making the blankets. She should be ready to go by the end of January. And then she said she's only got a couple other people she's working with this year. And so she should be able to get mine going. And then she'll give me a update every 2 weeks. So I'm very excited. However, I just got a message from Mark saying he needs help taking some trim and putting it in our shop. So I'm gonna run out and do that, which means I'm probably not gonna have time to hoof trim. Well, he said they said they were coming.
Well, that's what I thought.
That is empty. I guess this is sort of goodbye. I'm a little sad because I've learned a lot in this little room over the last few months. You've liked it in here too, haven't you? A little reprieve from the little doggies. Good, they're not frozen. Water's good. I think, unfortunately, we have run out of day length to start hoof trimming. It's one of those jobs you sort of need to do when you're in the right sort of headspace. And so I like to reserve it for the morning when I have Carissa, or the afternoon when I'm by myself and I can turn on an audiobook and just sort of chill and vibe. So I think what we'll do is just wait till tomorrow morning. I'll text Carissa tonight, give her a heads up and just say, hey, let's rip through like 20 or 30 U's tomorrow, and then I only have about that left. And then that group is done, which I can do probably Friday or Saturday. It's supposed to get cold again on Sunday, which means I need to do a little preemptive work across the road, which you guys saw earlier this week. I have a couple heat cords I need to buy. Another full couple of days trying to get these preemptive winter jobs complete. And then I think all weekend we're gonna be moving into that warehouse. So exciting, but I have to make sure these jobs are done first. Always them first.